Hello music learners, welcome to Jihee's music class. So today we are going to talk about key of E minor, 5/7 chord in root position from Piano Adventure, Level 4, Theory Book, page 26 to 27. And today we are going to learn a little bit of musical composition. So it's going to be a fun class. Please stay until the end of this video. Let's get started. Let's review the key of E minor here. Here we have bass clef, and E minor has one sharp just like G major because E minor is relative minor of G major. Okay, this is the first note E, low E, right, with one ledger line. E, F sharp, G, A, B. This is 5-finger scale. And if you build chord on scale step number 1 like this, E, G, B, this is E minor chord. So E and a lowercase m here means it's minor, E, M, minor. Why is this E minor? Because E major chord needs G sharp like this, but this is minor, so we don't need a sharp. It's just plain E, G, and B. Okay, so this is one chord, and it's also called tonic chord. And if you move to scale step 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, B here, this is scale step 5. And if you build a chord on scale step 5, B, D sharp, and F sharp. So why do we have two sharps here? F sharp is already in the key signature, right? But why do we have D sharp? If you think about E minor scale, it has D sharp as a accidental because D sharp is leading tone of E minor scale. So leading tone is half step below the tonic, right? So D sharp is leading tone. And in minor key, we artificially need to raise a half step up for the leading tone. So that's why it has D sharp. D sharp is leading tone. So B chord. This is B, okay, major chord. And it's 5 chord in E minor, and it's also called dominant chord. And if you look at here, you have one more added note, which is A. A is the 7th note, so this is B 7th chord. B 7 chord, okay, or 5/7 chord, or dominant 7 chord. Alright, let's move to here. This piece is in ABA form. It begins in the key of E minor and moves to the relative major key, G major, for the B section. Okay, and first play the left-hand waltz chord, writing 1, 1, or 5/7 in the boxes. So this 1, or Roman numeral 1, means this is lowercase 1 for minor keys, and this is uppercase 1 for major keys. Okay, and next one, then composition, a right-hand melody. You may use the sample rhythm given above each measure or create your own rhythm. Hint, use mainly chord tones and let your ear guide you. So we talked about chord tones briefly in the previous videos. Chord tone means just the notes that is included in the chord. Okay. And then finally, we'll play your composition and enjoy your melody. Can you transpose D minor and F major? This is a challenging question. So minor, major, waltz. We are going to compose the melody. It's gonna be fun. Let's get started. So since we cannot meet in person, I'm just doing it by myself. So I don't know who are watching this video. So I'm going to show my composition. It's gonna be half composition because the chords are already given, and even the rhythm for your melody is already given. It's gonna be a half composition, but still, I'm gonna give you the process of musical composition. This is very beginner step when you are composing music. Alright, so let's take a look at the and measure 1. Okay, you see your left hand part has waltz rhythm in E minor. I hope or all of you know E minor 1 chord, right? Okay, I played first 4 measures and starting measure 5, this is, let's actually analyze the chords first, because this is lowercase 1 for minor key. This is 1 chord, E minor 1 chord, E minor chord. And here you have, what chord is this? This is 5/7 chord with omitted 5th, right? Omitted 5th. F sharp is missing, so it's 5/7. 5/7, 4 measures of same chord, so very simple. And let's start composing. So for the melody, as you see here, I'll use mainly chord tones. So for the melody, so chord tone is E, G, and B here, right? E, G, and B. So you can choose among 3 of them. So in this case, I'm gonna choose E, the tonic note, okay? And I'm gonna just follow the rhythm here. E, got it, okay? And then it will sound very neutral, okay? And then for the next measure, measure 2, you can also choose other chord tone. We already use E. Let me use it here, G this time. Okay, let's hear it. Sounds good. Very well blended. And here, measure 3. I'm gonna choose this time B. Okay, E, G, B, all chord tones. Okay, and then here the rhythm has changed, half note plus quarter note, and I'm gonna go another tonic, an octave higher, E. Okay, so let me play measure 3. Okay, so if you see here, I used just E minor arpeggio, and then here we have 1, 2, 3 quarter notes, and I'm gonna go back. So we went up, so I'm gonna go back. B, G, E, E, G, B, B, G, E, this way. Okay, the stem goes down from B in the treble clef, G, E, okay. So the first 4 measures are done, and let's move to measure 5. So the chord is changed, so we need another chord tone, right? Here we have B, and I'm gonna choose, since this chord is missing, the 5th F sharp is missing, right? You're missing F sharp, so I'm gonna draw F sharp, the melody, okay? Next measure, I'm gonna draw A. A is the chord tone, right? So you can choose B, D sharp, F sharp, and A. So A is one of the chord tones. And then notice in measure 1 and 2, E, G, it skip up. And then in measure 5 and 6, I kept the same pattern. F sharp, A, it skip up, right? So when you're composing music, you need this kind of hidden rule. It's not rule, but it's nice to have some kind of pattern in music. In measure 7 here, I'm gonna choose B. Here, another chord tone, D sharp. I'm just choosing the notes. Okay, you can do other ways. I'm just showing you one example of making melody. Okay, and then F, A, B, D sharp, and then in measure 8 here, I'm gonna go back. B, A, F sharp. Okay, so here we F sharp, A, B, and then we are going B to A to F sharp. Okay, B, A, F sharp here. Okay, and move to the next page. Next measure. Let's analyze the Roman numerals, the chords first in the left-hand part. These are all one chord, back to one chord. And here we have 5, 7, 5, 7. And then here we have 1. Okay, here it's missing E. I want to draw an E. The tonic should be there. Okay, 1. Okay, so let's finish composing the melody from measure 9. I'm actually going to copy my measure 1 through 4 here because it's very common that we have some repeated features in music. A lot of classical musicians, composers did this. So I'm gonna start E, the chord tone, the tonic note, and then the third note G, B, okay, E. Make sure the stem goes down, starting B, the middle line in the treble clef, B, E, and then go back, B, G, and E. And the next measure 13. Measure 13, I'm gonna match with measure 5 because they are corresponding measures. It's like parallel phrase structure. And I'm gonna write F. And then the rhythm has changed. It's because this is towards the end of the phrase, so very usually the rhythm contracts. It gets faster. Okay, so F, A. Okay, the next note was A in measure 6, and then measure 7. The note was B, right? Here we have 8th notes rhythm. Okay, interesting. So how are we gonna make this rhythm? Now this time I'm gonna mix some non-chord tones because like if we only use chord tones, the music's gonna be too boring. It's gonna be all arpeggios, not the melodies. So I'm gonna write okay, this is stepping down motion, B, A, G, F. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 chord tones, and this is a non-chord tone. But we call this passing tone, which is very common, a non-chord tone in music. It will sound okay. Let me actually play from measure 13 and 14. Okay, sounds good. I'll hear dee-da-da-da-da. I wanna land on E, the tonic, E. And let's tie them together, just like this. And let's move down. And starting measure 17. Let's look at the left-hand section. This is the starting point of B section. Here we have new chord. What chord is this? This is G chord, right? This is G chord. And this is new key. So if this is one chord, G chord is one chord, this is G major. And notice the Roman numeral is changed into uppercase 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, right? And then this is measure 21. This is 5/7 chord of G major with no fifth, right? A is omitted. And the same, 22 is the same. And then measure 23, this is back to one chord, G chord. Okay, and we can just do, this one also. And at the end, this is, what was this chord? Okay, this was 5/7 of E, right? E minor. So from the previous page. Okay, so now let's make the melody starting measure 17. So in the A section in measure 1, I began the melody with the tonic note. So I want to do the same at here. Even the key changed. I want to start on tonic. The tonic of G major is G, right? And then B here, it's the chord tone, G, B, D, right? The third, and then D, okay, G, it's another arpeggio, D, G, D, B, G. Here we have interesting rhythm. With the rest, I'm gonna choose to use F sharp rest, and because F sharp is the chord tone of 5/7 chord, and then another chord tone missing fifth here, measure 22, another chord tone C, okay, chord tone of 5/7 chord C. Here I'm gonna do little, okay, stepping down melody. So C and A are chord tones and B is a non-chord tone. Again, this is passing tone, right? Let me actually play from measure 17. Yes. Okay. Sounds good. And here, da, 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 and then let me choose B, okay, because it's not the end of the piece, so something is keep going on. Okay, and then the next note I chose G, another chord tone, right? G, B, D, and then here another. I'm gonna use stepping up, passing tones. Da 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 da. G, A, B, C. B, G, B, these are chord tones, and A and C are passing tone, and this one should be D. To make C a passing tone, I need D, da 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 da. Okay, and then we need to repeat from 17 to, right? From measure 17, and then from measure 22, second time you need to jump to number 2, right? So let's make the melody from 22 to, what measure is this? 25, right? This is measure 25. C, B, A, N. This time, this is the end of the phrase, so I'm gonna give tonic. Tonic gives you, this is the end, impression of ending. And the last measure, I drew F sharp here, is a melody. So G to F sharp is a nice connection, right? Step down. And this is part of 5/7 chord of E minor, the original key. We started music from the beginning because we are going to go to the beginning. We have dal segno al fine, that means go back to the beginning and ends on fine. So I'm sorry I'm missing all the notes here because my computer stopped while I was recording, so I'm re-recording it. So I missed all the notes, but you probably can find all the notes from, you can go back and check all the notes out. And for now, I am going to show you. Ta-da! So I transfer all my handwriting into the music software program called Sibelius. I use Sibelius for a long time, and it's a professional music notation program. So it looks much cleaner and it's much easier to read because I know my handwriting is not the best. You can see all the notes I already drew on book, and here is the final version of it. And I'm going to play this for you so you can take a listen and compare with your composition. 1, ready, go. Okay, sounds like this. How was it? Do you like this? You can leave the comments below how you like this piece. How do you think about this piece? Or how do you like my music? And you can compare with yours always. As in the book says, we can play this, we can transpose this in D minor and F major. I'm gonna try just first 4 measures of A section and B section, each D minor and F major. So we started E minor. If you just step down, it's D minor, you get D minor. So let me try the first 4 measures. 1, ready, go. Okay, and then the B section's gonna be in measure 17, F major. Okay, so you can try this also by yourself. You can play it, you can write it down. That will be really good practice for you. Transposing music, either orally or transcribing it. Both are great to develop your musicianship. Alright, so that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed today's lesson. And as a bonus, I'm going to share my score made by Sibelius in PDF file in the description box so you can freely download it. And then I'll also going to upload slightly higher version of this little bit higher level of composition with free rhythm that you can also take a look at it and play with it, and you should be able to download it for free. Alright, so that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed today's lesson and this was helpful, and I will see you in the next video again. Bye!